it's that little diploid oxide, it's also a negative stain, so you can see what? You can see they're paired up together, and you can see that capsule around them. All right. So next year, gonorrhea causes?
Gonorrhea.
Don't miss that one on the test. It occurs only in humans, so do not believe those things you heard back in 7th grade that gonorrhea got people fooling around with sheep. Anybody ever heard that? No. It's the school I went to. Not the case. Only in humans. Sexually transmitted, and of course, risk increase with increasing sexual encounters. That's obvious. Everybody, ever since the HIV epidemic, everybody's pretty familiar with how to prevent this. Most cases in the U.S. still occur in what? Adolescents, because adolescents are
Promiscuous.
and just that whole little brain thing hadn't finished developing yet, right? All right. Case of decline over the past decade. I had to enter this into this because it's not in your book, that next one, but they are now what?
On the rise.
On the rise. There's a massive increase. I forgot what the percentage is in sexually transmitted diseases over the last few years. Gonorrhea and syphilis in particular.
Is it because they're becoming, resistant?
It's not just the resistant thing. What do you think has caused it? So which would you get the graph and we'll talk about it?
Reinfecting themselves, or
No, it's not so much that. Let's get to the graph in a second. We'll look at the trends.
People not being treated.
Huh?
People not being treated.
No? Wait at the graph. Several resistant strains and one that is resistant to every antibiotic out there. So think about this. You've got the little bacteria here. And it's got this little fimbriae all over it. And it's got a capsule. And this thing gets up inside of your urogenital tract and it grabs on. Is it going anywhere?
Mm-mm.
Your immune system gonna have trouble going after it?
Yeah, because there's
And
a capsule
first.
and the fimbriae.
Now it's antibiotic resistant.
Good luck.
Make your life miserable the rest of your life. All right, more common in females than in males. Why is that? Two things. Anybody know what it is?
Hint. Give us like a little bit of a hint.
It's just, it's just they're more susceptible to it just by virtue of anatomy. And secondly, females tend to be what also with gonorrhea sometimes?
oh, asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic and carriers.
Oh.
Which is a problem. Okay, now y'all can talk. So, here's an increase back in, what happened in 45? That was back in the olden days.
I'm not going to Alaska.
Huh?
We're not going to Alaska.
Wow.
That doesn't sound right, right?
That's incidents per like 100,000. So it's got a smaller population, so it's probably gonna look like it.
Oh, okay.
Plus, there's a lot of water up in Alaska. My little brother lives up there. I'll give him a call and ask him about it. Hey, heard you got a dirty state up there. But there's a lot of what? Transient workers in Alaska too. What goes along with transient workers like in oil fields and things like that.
Yeah.
Prostitution, things like that. So there's probably a
What?
correlation with that.
My husband works in the oil field.
Huh? Transient.
Okay, just kidding.
All right. I'm not going to New Orleans. That's what I'm doing. All right. So what happened in 45?
What did happen?
There was
Well, the depression was in 28.
antibiotic found for it,
Yeah, but that's not. But this is just incidents. Not even-
I'm surprised that in the 60s it wasn't higher. Free
No,
love
it's already
and...
going up. It's just like- What happened in the 40s?
Okay, let's see.
World War II.
Good. World War II.
Oh.
Huge population, big, huge increase during World War II. Soldiers over in Europe, bringing back little souvenirs with them. You didn't want to bring them back. So then it drops back down, and then what happens about here?
Free love.
Free love because of what?
Hippies.
Huh? Because of hippies. Well, what was the key to the sexual revolution?
The gay community.
Culture change.
Well, part of it was a culture change, but what precipitated the sexual revolution part, right?
Vietnam War? No,
Birth
that was
control
later.
bill.
Yeah.
And then the birth control pill right there.
Birth control.
That came along with the Second Revolution, came along the, trying to think of the word for this. But back then, again, gonorrhea back in the day, single shot of penicillin cleared it right up. It wasn't that big of a deal. Well, relatively speaking. Now, what happened right here about 83?
Awareness and
No, they were aware of it here, they used to make fun of it. I got the clap.
oh my gosh.
Oh, I had a good shot.
Maybe
I had the
when
70s.
AIDS started coming out, people.
HIV, that's when you watch all these graphs of all the STIs, STDs, right when the AIDS thing, because of awareness of HIV, all of them went way down. They're gonna follow the same trend. Now, steady down about right here, this thing you see start going up there, it's probably up here by about now.
Wow.
Why? HIV still around, last time I checked, right?
Right.
Not going anywhere for a while. Why? No resistance, no. This is incidence, so just incidence with resistance wouldn't matter. Incidence would be the same, right? Prevalence might change with resistance because you can't treat it, but incidence is going to stay the same.
Why would it be
Are
raising?
people having less symptoms of it and being more like carriers?
Nope.
It's usually like social issues that cause the right.
Why do y'all think if you see this increase in, I mean, I thought I had the article with me, I didn't. Syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea, all of them, bam, it started going up. I mean, we're talking 300% increases over the last couple of years. So if it was 100, it's gonna be in the 200s now per 100,000 people. Why do you think that is? What has changed? Tinder, that's a big part of it.
I would guess would be reinfection, because I mean, I've had patients that reinfect themselves with syphilis like 3 different times.
Three
What the
themselves?
heck?
No, 3 different times, and,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they know after the medication, you have to wait a certain amount of time.
That's
And you don't wait until the medication's fully, reach titrate or whatever.
Mhm.
And they go and do the same thing again, just reinfect.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah, that's real, unfortunately, with STIs, that's real common. People get reinfected all the time.
is this generation starting to go through another sexual revolution? Is that
But why? What's changed? What's different? HIV's still out there, last time I checked. Ask, what's his name? What's his name?
tiger blood?
Curtis. I just can't help but pick up Curtis.
There's a treatment?
It has gone from a death sentence in the, over here, 80s and 90s, to a controllable but pain in the you-know-what to control in the late 90s and early 2000s to what now? What do they consider? They've moved it from an acute to a what now? Chronic disease or chronic condition now. But basically it's the same thing as diabetes. You take your medication once a day, you keep your viral load down to 0. Look at Charlie Sheen. Until he tried that little treatment in Mexico, he's what? He's been fine. A big one is Magic Johnson. How long has he been HIV
Oh
positive?
yeah.
Forever.
Since 91.
Wow.
So, when it was no longer a death sentence, people's awareness and people's concerns got what?
Lower.
Got lower. They're just not that worried about it anymore. Okay? But there's some groups where it's almost this weird, I don't know, just not that big of a deal anymore. They got it anymore. Now, to me, I don't know, what do y'all think? It'd be a big deal to me still, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was alive back then, but it's really, yeah, they're really concerned about it. There's been a huge spike in it. All right, kind of nice here, epidemiology, kind of genesis, we'll just real quick. Of course, gynecondo can adhere to your genital, urinary, digestive tract. It's got that nice membrane all surrounding it. It can invade the immune system because it secretes what?
Proteins.
Protease that cleave IgA. Where do we say IgA is? usually?
Secretory.
In your mucous membranes, right? So now it's cleaving that off. It can survive inside of
Neutrophils.
neutrophils, which are the primary immune cells that go after bacteria, right? And so the difference here is in men, inflammation causes painful urination and a pus-filled discharge. It's almost always symptomatic in males. Okay? In women, unfortunately, it's often asymptomatic. But it can trigger PID if it sticks around too long, and it can also do what? If you have untreated gonorrhea, what is one of the biggest concerns for women?
No,
Secondary.
no, you can't get pregnant anymore.
Okay, it gets up in the fallopian tubes and scars the fallopian tubes and it causes infertility. That's
Yeah.
one of the biggest problems. Okay. Can also cause in males, but not often. Cause proctitis, pharyngitis, and gingivitis.
What? Oh. Sorry, took me a second, guys. Got it. Huh? Wait, got it.
Often occurs in that. What do they do to prevent newborns from getting it now? What did we talk about, guys? 3 chapters ago. Silver nitrate. Now, I've heard this gets antibiotic creams now. They don't use silver nitrate on patients.
Silver.
All right. Asymptomatic, this is what I love about this though right here. So asymptomatic cases are identified with a genetic probe, which means they've got something like PCR or an antibody or something that's going to pick it up, right? If you're asymptomatic, how many people are going to go and spend the money to get checked with a genetic probe?
Oh, nobody.
Not very often, right? And I know some people who go in, a lot of times, especially when they're getting married, they'll have a complete screening done to see if they have anything like that, and that's when they might do something like that, but it's not very common.
Is a genetic probe like invasive? Like why?
No, they probably take a,
Blood?
honestly, I don't know, I have to look up exactly what type of probe it is to know how to get it. Treatment is complicated due to resistant strains, broad spectrum intermuscular cephalosporins are the treatment of choice though right now, but they're becoming more and more resistant out there.
So if you're asymptomatic, how do you get treated?
Same thing.
Okay.
You can stop the bacteria, you're just not showing symptoms, so they would just same thing, same treatment course, same treatment regime. Prevention, again, we all know about this, abstinence, monogamy, and proper condom use. Eye infections prevented with, see, they use antimicrobials now, I guess, instead of antibiotics. All right, that one should be pretty easy. Neisseria meningitis, most common cause of meningitis in individuals under 20 years of age. That's you guys, right? Or some of y'all.
Oh, not me.
This is that meningococcal one they talked about when you get the vaccine.
Is that why they don't make us older students like get the vaccine?
Yeah, if for some reason, not for some reason, I don't know, as you get older, your immune system's able to deal with this a lot more. So it's mostly immune.
I know I meningitis before I had to go to school, like mandatory.
All of y'all should have had this, the meningitis vaccine, because, okay, where is it most common, and it's gonna come up on here, we can talk about it right now. It's most common in who?
Immunocompromised.
No, but what population? What two populations is most common?
18 and 20.
College students and military, why?
Well,
Close quarters, where they all, they live in dorms, they live in barracks and things like that, so these are most common in that group. All right, bacterial transmitted respiratory drops, coughing or sneezing or anything, bacteria, where did I go with this? Oh, I got that part. Yeah, living in close contact, that's what I wanted on that one. All right, problem with this one, and this is why it's so severe, is right here, and I want you guys to know this about this one.
yeah.
That it can cause death within 6 hours of symptoms showing up. Again, if you start coming down with meningitis, you're gonna have fever, body aches, right? You're gonna feel miserable. Are you gonna go to the hospital right away? No. And you're not gonna go until people, again, we talk about it getting it, you start getting that really bad searing headache in the back of your head and everything. That's when people tend to go. But oftentimes it's what? It can be too late, actually. I think this is what the UTEP student passed away from, they found. We go over that in here? Did I tell you all
No.
about that in here? So, it's been a while now, it's probably been 10 years. They found a student didn't show up for class, so they did a welfare check on his dorm room, and they found him, he had passed away in his dorm room from meningitis, before he even knew it. So, anybody who was in the same class with him, or lived near him, was offered the vaccine if they hadn't already been given it yet. Just to make sure.
So, well, the bacterial meningitis is worse than the viral.
Oh, way worse, yeah, man, that's a good point. Viral meningitis is,
You can
bacterial
survive
meningitis,
that one, right?
yes, you can survive that, but you look at listeria, you look at this one, and you look at the streptococcus one, they're all really bad. So bacterial meningitis is way worse than viral.
Yeah, because the other one was 24 hours, right, or something like that?
Which one?
The other meningitis that
Strep,
we
yeah, they get you pretty quick, but viral ones, yeah, I mean, it'll put you in the hospital and stuff, but you survivable for the most part.
Oh, good point.
It'll cause septicemia, so even if it doesn't, even if you don't get meningitis and it goes septic, and it's another problem with this particular one. In fact, they took the ad off, they used to have for it, but right here. One of the other problems with this meningitis is even if you, I mean, with this particular organism, even if you don't get meningitis, it gets systemic on you, you get septicemia. They used to have an ad on there where it talked about a kid who had lost, I think, one arm and one leg, I think, had to be amputated because of it. So it's a pretty nasty little bug. All right, treatment, prevention, again, rapid diagnosis is critical. Why?
Because
So the critical time.
You got to look out. That's pretty critical. Gram-negative diplococci in the phagocytes of the central nervous system. Pretty tough though. So they're probably going to diagnose you based on what first?
Flu symptoms.
Symptomology, right? They're going to look at that and probably put you on those broad spectrum antibiotics.
Well, that-
Intravenous penicillin, fortunately, it's still pretty susceptible to that. Eighth, this is the problem with it right here, though. Is there are a lot of carriers for this who are asymptomatic ones. So that's why they're making all college students get that vaccine. All right, so that's it for those. The Neisseria, what do you need to know? What are the two?
Meningitis.
And gonorrhea. All right. Two families, the most common of these is going to be Enterobacteriaceae, and that's going to be a huge group. Okay, these are the bacilli, the rods, and Pasteuracea. Okay, don't worry about the oxidase test between the two. We'll do that hopefully in lab. This is what's important about this group. This is where a bunch of those hospital-associated pathogens are. HAIs, hospital-associated infections, right?
Mhm.
That's oxidase test. But look at this right here. Relative cause of healthcare-associated infections in the United States. Okay? Over half of them are going to be what? Gram-negative. But it's pretty much 50-50 except for the yeast, right? But look at the Enterobacteriaceae. It's going to be almost all of these right here. Now, this is a big group that causes lots of problems. Why is E. coli such an issue?
Why?
Because it's in us,
Huh?
all carriers.
Yeah, pretty guy, pretty you get. What are the most common causes of UTIs in females?
Not wiping, right?
We had-
Not wiping.
And that's it. And what
Really?
causes it? Yeah.
Yeah, from the fecal matter moving on.
Okay. And what's causing it?
Oh.
E. coli. That's the most common cause. That'll probably go on a test somewhere, guys.
Wait, most
I want to
common.
write that down. Thought that was common knowledge. Maybe I'll
I
my
thought like
circle.
you just learned that when you're little.
Huh?
I thought you learned how to wipe when you're little. It didn't even
Well,
occur.
it's not just, I mean, it's just anatomy, right? I mean, it's just the way that you read through this and do it. Nothing we can do about it. Enterobacteriaceae overview. Intestinal microbiota of most humans and animals. Okay. Again, ubiquitous means what? Ubiquitous
Everywhere,
means what?
everywhere,
Thank
sorry,
you.
everywhere.
Soil, water, decaying vegetation, anywhere animals go to the bathroom, which is pretty much
Everywhere.
everywhere, right? Almost all surface water is going to be contaminated with it to some degree. Is there any surface water in the U.S. that is drinkable?
What do you mean by drinkable?
Right out of the stream.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think so.
No? You wouldn't go take a scoop of real water and have a drink?
Should be running water. Should be flowing water over that.
Should be flowing water?
My husband said his dad used to have a ranch out by Waco Tanks, and they would drink the water coming down from
From
the
where?
mountain.
From the mountains?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty reasonable. You're up in the mountains, right? There's a nice big clear stream running from a glacier up there. Gonna grab a little, well,
No.
No.
We got a ranch over in Arabella, which is near Cloudcroft.
Uh-huh.
We have like running water on the ranch.
Yeah.
And in the spring, you have little tiny leeches.
Mm.
Coming through the water.
Secondly, just because there's this nice clean glacier spring right here,
You don't know
doesn't
what's
mean
up
there
on
wasn't a
top.
deer up there peeing and pooping in it while you're getting a drink of water.
Ooh.
There is no surface water in the
You know,
US, we'll say right now, in Canada, everywhere pretty much, that is not infected with Giardia.
Ugh.
Not to mention all of those guys. The one place I know where you can do it is way up in the Arctic Circle in Canada. So the freshwater lakes up there is just too cold.
What about like Fiji? You know how like they like drill through the ground and then get those
Spring water.
water reservoirs?
If you get down there, is there gonna be anything down there?
I don't know.
No, then that's why you can get well water stuff, because there's no way for stuff to get down there. Surface water is what I'm talking about. So don't even go up in Colorado. Oh, you can, but
Uh,
So instead if I drill a hole
don't
and
blame
then
me.
get water, I can drink it?
Yeah, because pretty much there's maybe minerals and stuff, but pretty much, why would it be fine if you drill a well?
because they're,
Because of the temperature.
they need
I mean, the
air.
whole soil is gonna act like a filter. I mean, bacteria is not gonna move it down through solid rock and everything else to get down in any place like that, where water can precipitate through there.
So do they still purify it after it's?
Yeah, it's the other safe side, because once you drill that hole in there,
Then you're contaminating.
now you just what?
Contaminated.
Now you just made a, potential route for contamination. So a lot of, that's why I was talking about nobody has well water, and that's why I asked before about that. People who have wells usually have, like A&M, they'll come out and test your well water.
Well, like, so like how it accumulates, like it goes through the ground,
Mhm.
wouldn't it? While it's going through the ground, pick up some.
Well, it might at first, but when it starts going through rock, in porous rock, there's not much that lives in porous rock. Usually it's pretty okay. I mean, they always test it to make sure that. And you're going down, through rock usually. Now, if it was just soil, then that would be a different story. That'd be a little- But then again, you only have to worry about what too?
anaerobic.
No, but pathogens, right? If it's not pathogenic, who cares really?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't survive in your phone.
yeah, if it's something that's living down deep down the soil, Clostridiums are, but some of the other ones really aren't pathogenic.
That's true.
Again, you gotta remember that.
You gotta know this, you know? So-
Yep. Well, I had a friend in Oklahoma, which is just sad and stuff. I don't have a friend in Oklahoma. But they had well water and they had to check theirs all the time. All right, modal bacilli, we're not gonna worry about reduced nitrates. Grows best in aerobic environments. This is just an overview, so let's get to the actual organisms. So these are just some of the Enterobacteriaceae. Do not confuse these with what on the test? The Enterococcuses. So if you see E. faecalis or E. fecum, is that one of these? No, those are gram-positive cocci, right? Not confuse them with these. All right, hopefully we can try and get this done that last week of class, but I don't know. So this is how you do one of those dichotomous keys I've talked about every time. This is just gram-negative. So if you get an organism and you gram stain it and it's gram-negative, you go to the gram-negative side. The next thing you're gonna do is what?
Oh. See if it ferments.
You're gonna do lactose fermentation. If it's lactose negative, you go over here and you do a motility test. If it's positive, if it's modal, you go down and do a hydrogen sulfide production test. We'll see that today in the lab. Then you're gonna go down to urea, which we also did what? Monday, right? And then if it's urea positive, it's gonna be what?
Proteus.
Proteus. If it's urea negative, it's gonna be
Salmonella.
salmonella. So this is how they key out organisms now with the biochemical tests.
What's the difference between the two motility tests?
Nothing. This one, that's you start on that side and you go this way.
So if it's positive, you do both
If it's-
pathways.
If it's lactose positive, you still do motility.
Oh, I
Motility is
see.
still the first test you do, right?
I see. Okay.
And then you key out from down there.
Got it.
All right. All right. Pathogenicity varies. Variety of antigenic components, membrane components, capsules, used to distinguish among strains and species. Again, I'm not going to worry about the overview of Enterobacteriaceae. I want to get to the organisms. Let's get to them right here. But these are some of the virulence factors and antigens. Hemolysins, iron-binding protein, plasmid for virulence gene, adhesion proteins, exotoxins, membrane. Antigens are going to be what? What are antigens going to do? What is it different Fearless factor and an antigen. What is an antigen, people?
That means like anything pathogenic to the body?
Is it what?
Anything pathogenic to the body?
Nope, that's not an antigen. You messed up. Guys remember that from
Isn't it
immunology?
identity?
Antigen is anything that the immune system perceives as foreign that can trigger an immune response. The antigenic determinants of episodes. In this case, it's going to be outer membrane. Lipid A is going to be antigenic to some degree. O antigen, type 3 secretion systems, capsid K antigens, flagella antigens. Any of these things the immune system can key in on. Okay? All right, and these don't work. We never update our flag. All right, again, I want to get over these. So in general here, enteric bacteria, they're going to be in urine, blood, cerebrospinal fluid, diagnosis, biochemical test, rapid identify enterics. But in general, most of these are going to cause diarrheal diseases, but they're all going to be what?
Self-limiting.
Which means what?
It'll eventually end.
It'll go over by itself. In fact, we get to salmonella and Shigella and stuff like that, even E. coli. Do you want to take antidiarrheal medication?
No.
No, because the whole point is to what?
You know, flush it out.
To get those suckers out of there. You don't want to stop everything up and let them keep growing, right?
Right.
And usually, you don't even take antimicrobials. Why not?
Because you want to get it out of you.
But they're still going to die. They're still going to get it out.
Oh, so your body can learn and build up antigens and have that memory cell?
But why not? Maybe, but it's probably going to do that anyway when it's self-limiting, right? It's going to get rid of it. Why not, guys?
So
Just think, why not?
the body's
Come on, guys. You guys are going to be clinicians. Come on.
So why not use
Why
anti?
not? Why? It says
Why?
internal infection. That means it gets inside and getting systemic.
so
Because remember, inside of your gut is still outside of your, so it's
Outside.
outside of your body still, right? Inside of your gut is not considered inside
Oh.
of you, right?
Yeah.
So why not antibiotics for the other one?
You don't want to get rid of
Nice
it.
for the digestive.
Yeah, why?
Oh.
I mean, it's going to go away in 2 or 3 days anyway. It's going to go away 2 or 3 days with antibiotics. It's going to go away 2 or 3 days without antibiotics. Why give yourself a secondary infection or a super infection? Why help create resistance when you don't need to? Just turn on the TV and stay close to the bathroom. It'll be fine. And drink lots of what? Fluid. All right. Okay, we went over this. We've seen this one before, right? This is McConkey's auger, so distinguishing against enterics. I would know McConkey's auger, guys. It pops up on tests. Sort of a classic one. All right. We're going to talk about some of the different classes. Coliforms. Rapidly ferment lactose, normal microbiota, maybe opportunistic pathogens. Non-coliform opportunists. They do not ferment lactose. So coliforms, how do you distinguish coliforms from non-coliforms?
The fermentation.
That's one of the chemical tests you guys need to know. And then you have what are called true pathogens. And the true pathogens, if you acquire true pathogens, you are going to get what?
Sick.
Sick. All right. Let's get really into they're going to be able to talk about their colonized intestinal tract. That's what they're called coliforms. Coliforms in water indicate what? And that's what I've been talking about. If you have a well, they're going to do a coliform test. And if you've got coliforms in there, that means what's happened to your well water.
It's been
contaminated.
With what?
feces.
Feces. So that's one of the things. All right. All right. You need to know E. coli. It is the white lab rat of bacteria. Most common and important of the coliforms. E. coli antigens are used to identify particular strains. So when you hear that 0157, that's a strain. Okay? Virulent strains have virulent plasmids or fimbriae, adhesion proteins, exotoxins. Gastroenteritis is the most common disease. If you get an E. coli strain you are not used to, Produces diarrhea, cramps, nausea, and vomiting, often mediated by enterotoxins, may cause pediatric diarrhea, major cause of pediatric diarrhea in many cases. So if you go down on vacation in the Caribbean and you come down with traveler's diarrhea, it's usually gonna be a particular strain of E. coli your body's just not used to.
Mm.
You can also get any type of E. coli your body's just not quite used to. It might cause minor diarrhea for a while. And so your body's getting used to it. Unless it happens to be one of the bad ones. Already talked about this. Common cause of healthcare associated urinary tract infections. Again, more common in women than men. The one I really want you to know is this one. It's actually called the Big Ten, which are the really pathogenic E. coli. The one we're going to talk about is 015787. That is a particular strain. Most prevalent pathogenic E. coli in developed countries. Again, going to cause diarrhea, hemorrhagic colitis, which means what?
Bloody.
Colon's going to be hemorrhaging, you're going to have blood inside of your stool. And hemolytic uremic syndrome is what?
Bleeding in your pee, like in your urea.
That it's what causes you get inflammation of the kidneys, and it can actually cause acute kidney failure. And this is the one that kills with this. And it's more common in young children. And you guys, I don't think you're around, but there were two when this first got into the news. There was a Boy Scout, I think it was a Boy Scout or Cub Scout, who went to a camp out, or cookout, and ate an undercooked
Hot dog.
hamburger and came down with 0157 and died from hemolytic uremic syndrome.
Is bleeding
Actually,
in.
like, try to break someone like that, like, give one uncooked burger, like,
Yeah, you go to a lot of restaurants now, will they let you buy rare burgers anymore?
Oh yeah, no.
No, most restaurants won't let you do that anymore. They want them at least what? Usually medium anymore because they want to make sure. Can we talk about why it's more in ground beef than in steaks?
No. Why?
You didn't?
No. I don't think so.
Do you have to worry about it in a steak?
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know. I'm asking you guys. There's more thinking stuff. Get your
Okay.
thoughts.
Yes, yeah.
Well, because a lot of people get it medium rare, so it would be the same.
The steak, like you know where it's coming from, or ground beef, it's like, it's a variety of meats.
Good, that's part of it, yeah. But there's another part though too. Because you hear what he said? The steak, you know, the steak came from this part of the cow, right? Ground beef, they're gonna get a little this, a little that. But the bigger part is during the butchering process, if the intestine gets nicked, right, and you get intestinal bacteria out inside the meat, even a steak that's being cut could be what? Could get contaminated, right? So what's the difference?
Well, they emulsify the.
That's the difference. Even if you have a steak and it gets cut with a nerdy knife, you throw that steak onto the grill or wherever, what are you gonna do? Even if you're getting it medium rare or rare, you're still doing what to the outside?
You're cooking it.
Cooking the very outside, and you're gonna kill most of it. Whereas with the ground beef, like you two were talking about, it's like adding a spice to your ground beef. You feel like it's mixed in there nice and well.
Oh.
So that's the big difference.
Yeah, not to mention now that they're like trying to preserve all the trimmings to put
Mhm.
into the ground beef, it takes longer to get enough to actually make.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
So it's out longer.
I'm hungry too. I don't get to eat all day here, so I don't want to hear about
Aww.
it. All right, that's good. Unless you guys can go ahead and take a break. We'll stop here. But this also, this fruit juice, this was that one that, Odwalla, is that what it's called? One we talked about, right there. That killed a couple people too. And cook your turkey this Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What's going around with the turkey?